Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and today I thought I'd do something a little different. Rachel from Roxy Creations has just the end of last week posted a challenge to do make something in 45 minutes once a week. So I thought I'd participate. I don't know how it'll go. I doubt if I'll manage it every week. But as you know, I'm a great admirer of Rachel's, so I thought it would be quite nice to join in with something that she's doing. So I'm going to have a go. The first week we're doing book page tags, which shouldn't be that hard to do. So I doubt if I'll do that many, but I'll have a go. So I've just got to set my timer for 45 minutes. So just got to get the phone fired up to so I can do it, and just bear with 1 second, and there we go. I'm off. Okay, so I'm going to pretty much do it the same way that Rachel did. I'm not going to try and do anything off-piste because I'm not quite sure how it'll go time-wise. So I've got some. These are some pages from my Children's Britannica book, which they're quite nice big pages, but they're not sort of thing I'd want to use as decoration. So they're very useful for bases because they're a nice big size. So what I shall do is I shall just cut, fold them in half and use them as the bases. So I'm just going to stick some of those together to make my bases, or make, as the strengthener, I suppose, for the tags. So these probably will only make one tag each, but I haven't got a lot of the book pages I'm using as the top layer are quite small, so that'll probably be fine. So I'm just going to make a few of these. I don't anticipate making more than about 5 or maybe 6 if I'm lucky, but if I can get just a few. It's just getting the backgrounds done quickly, and then you've got a bit more time to do the actual decorating. That's the idea anyway. It's quite a nice thing to do, just to have something as a bit of a challenge that's different, in that you haven't got to really think about it, because Rachel's done all the thinking, deciding what we're going to do. I think quite a few people are taking part in this. And I've never done anything like this before, taken part in a challenge that's set by any YouTuber, at least not done it on camera. So it's a bit out of my comfort zone to do something timed. I'm not, because as if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm not Mrs. Speedy. I'm usually quite slow with my making, so we will see how this goes. But I think the idea is not to put yourself under too much pressure to achieve amazing quantities, just to have a bit of fun and get a few things done, and that's always good. I'm hoping that at least 1 or 2 of the tags will be. I've done that the wrong way around. Oh, I don't suppose it'll matter. Yeah, that'll be all right. It's just I want to put any illustrations or anything like that on the inside, just because then they're not going to show through, but I think we'll be okay. So I'll just do it, stick into my board a little bit. Probably should be using my glue book, which I can't even see at the moment. Oh yes, there it is. Bear with. One thing I didn't get ready. I've tried to be prepared, but I didn't get my glue book out, which is a bit daft. And I'll just give my mat a bit of a wipe. It's getting a bit gluey. Okay, and I'll do one more, and then we'll start putting on the book pages. So these Children's Britannica books, they date back to probably the late 60s. These are ones that I've got a whole set. I've got all 12. Sort of thing that we used to, I don't collect one a month or something. I remember my dad getting them for me when I was probably about 12, something like that. And they were quite a useful resource when I was at school. But of course everything is pretty much out of date now. Ooh, that's not good. That didn't fold very well. Let's redo that. So yeah, they're not really got a great deal of use now other than to do this with. So at least they're getting a new lease of life. And they've been one of those things that I've carried around with me. And they've been in every house. I even tried to force them off on my daughter to see if she could use them, but I don't think she ever did. So I'm using them now. At least that's got to be better than just dumping them. Right, I think that'll probably do for now. I think I'll just make one tag out of each of those. So then I've got some book pages. I don't have really old books like Rachel uses. I mean, hers date back to, I don't know, 17th, 18th century. Mine are probably more or less all mid 20th century, most of my stuff. Some I've bought from, you know, I bought a couple of packs of mixed book pages and old things. So I've picked out a few of those. But the ones I'm really quite keen to use are some that were actually from my uni days. So they are 50 years old, probably. No, maybe a bit less than that. But anyway, quite old. No, they're not quite as old as that. Yes, but they're from the mid to late 70s. These books. These were my old uni books, but there's French and German because that's what I studied. So I thought, well, they would make quite interesting tags. And also they're quite nicely coloured. I only picked out ones that don't look too new. They've got a nice sort of colouring to them, so they actually look quite old, even though they're not really that old. So that one is a good size, so I'll put that on there. It doesn't really matter which side I use, I don't think. So this one is a German one. So I've got a whole box full in my garage of all my old uni books that I'd never been able to part with, really. And my husband's the same. He's got I think he's got a lot of his old uni texts in the garage. It's just one of those things it doesn't feel right to just throw them away. So I'm repurposing them, so that makes me happy. And I'm finding a use for them. And I had so many, I've only picked out, there's still a load in the garage. I just picked out a few that I thought I might use, just a little selection. So let's stick that on there. Use my card, smooth it out. That's one. And this one. This is French. Pop that on there. Yeah, so this is quite nice to be able to use these, and they're actually, the pages are very they're quite thin. They feel quite delicate. They feel quite old. But I imagine they're probably all printed in the 60s, I suppose. And I was using them sort of in the late 70s. Took that on there. There. Oh, it's one of those jobs that gets very sticky. I think I may need to change the page. That. What shall I use next? I'd like to use a bit of music. Got some nice old music pages here. That's quite a nice one. So I might have to. It's going to go that way. I'll have to just tear it down a little bit. Fit it on. Where's my tear ruler? And then the way. And if I do manage to finish all of these, then I can always make some more, I guess. This is really quite, this might be quite old. I don't know, this came in probably one of the packs that I bought. And it feels quite, not exactly brittle, but it's very soft. It's a lovely soft feel to it, and it tears really, really well. It's really nice, that one. It'd be nice to have a music one. Yeah, gonna put the glue on there. So I feel I'm all fortified because I've had a nice brisk walk with Richard this morning. We're just going round the block. I don't go very far these days. It just doesn't feel safe out there. There's too many people. It still seems, even though we're meant to be in lockdown, we're meant to be not mixing with other households or anything like that. You go over the park near us and you find lots of groups of families all meeting up, and there's lots of places where they sort of seem to gather, which, you know, just makes me nervous. So we don't do that very often. Where's my card gone? It doesn't take long for that to disappear, does it? Oh, I'll have to just press it down before the glue starts to dry. So yeah, so mostly I do my walks just walking around the estate, which is not particularly pretty, but it does the job. I get out in the fresh air and I get a bit of exercise, and that's what the main reason for it is. So, and I don't feel quite so anxious if I'm just round here. I don't know, I've got a dip in my book. Right. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Right, next. What should we have next? This is quite a nice little one. This is another little French page. Oh, no. That's it. Do it on there. And I like, because I was looking, I have got one or two books that, you know, look quite old, but they've got really big writing, and I thought they don't, you know, that wouldn't look so nice as a background on a tag. They won't look so interesting. I think these ones with the very small writing, you don't really want to have to read it. You just want it to be more decorative, isn't it? This idea of the book page, you want it to look decorative, and they've got great big writing on. They don't look quite right, so I don't think. So I was looking for some books that had smaller writing and perhaps a more interesting font, if possible. Okay, another one. And this is the last one. How am I doing for time? Okay, not too bad. Bearing in mind that my phone will cut out after about half an hour, so if I can remember, I will try and turn it off and on again so it's not so obvious. The join isn't quite as obvious as it would be. A bit of this dictionary, I think. I might just put the glue on the book page on this one first, because the other one, that's bigger, and then I'll just trim around it. Might even make 2 small tags out of this one, as I'll have complete coverage. Because sometimes you need little ones to tuck in when you make pockets with the little pockets in. You need a couple of little tags sometimes, don't you? So I might just make a couple of those as well. So or a couple of narrow ones, I'm not sure. And a bit skewy-fy. There we go. Right. Yes. Try and push out any lumps and bumps. It's got a little bit bubbly. See how it looks when it's dry. Hopefully it'll be alright. Maybe I didn't put enough glue on, I don't know. We will see. See how that looks afterwards. Okay, so that's a few bases done. Now I've just got to cut them into the tag shapes. As I say, I could make a few more, but I'm not going to make life too difficult for myself on this first occasion of trying to do a challenge. I don't want to feel rushed. Right, so these are a little bit on the wet side. This is very gluey down here, so cut some of that off, I think. One. I made this a slightly bigger tag. I quite like the brackety bit, so I might just trim it again on the other side. It's a little bit wide, unless I do. No, I'm going to make it a bit narrower. There we go. Right. Go in there. That one. I've got 3. And then this big one. I need to trim it down first so that I actually don't end up not using the backing. I don't think I've put it on very straight, so, and I'm just wondering whether to do a couple of tags this way. Yeah. 1. And do 3. Yeah, why not? 3 little tags. Well, that's plenty, I think, to keep me busy. And get rid of all those bits. I don't know if this is... straighten that up a bit. Okay, so now I've got to start thinking about decorating them, haven't I? Okay, so the first thing to do be to cut my tag shape. Where's my scissors gone? There we are. With the tried and tested method of cutting one corner and then matching it up the other side. Ooh. Right. Okay, so I've got a whole load of things to choose from. I did print off some of Rachel's digitals. I just printed off a couple of pages onto vellum. I've got an HP printer, so the vellum was not a problem. It prints it quite nicely. And I just picked a couple of pages from her pink and green kit because it had some quite nice little things that are easy to cut out. And I don't have huge numbers of her kits, but this was the one that had the best selection, I think, of images, and that fits on there rather nicely. Look at that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I love that. That's so pretty, and I might put maybe a little label at the bottom. So and then a bit of lace at the top, and we're done on the first one, which is quite nice. And I've also got quite a lot of, well, not a lot, I've got, in comparison to a lot of people, I've got not many, but a little selection, shall we say, of vellum stickers, flowers and butterflies. Oh, and actually I've got a pack that I meant to get out. It's got some vellum images in as well, I think. Has that gone? Nope. A bit skew-iff again. I may well, I probably will sew around these afterwards, just because it just finishes it off. Oh, I do like that actually. I mean, this is not something I do very often, is using book pages as backgrounds. It's not my usual thing to do, but I'm really liking it with the vellum on. Nice idea, Rachel. And I know she uses this book pages a lot, but I'm not usually one to do that very much, but I do like that. That's really pretty. So just needs a little, I think it needs a little label down here just to cover the space, and a bit of lace up the top, and I think we'll be good. So I don't have a lot of labels. I do have some of Tracy's labels. I've probably got some more somewhere else. These were just the ones that I happen to have handy. So and sometimes you give yourself too many choices and it's hard to actually make a decision, isn't it, sometimes? I might just put that on. This is all about making decisions, getting things down and moving on, and not procrastinating for half an hour over a single piece of ephemera, which is what I do most of the time. So this is quite a good exercise, really, of getting things done. Little label there, and then I'm going to have a look in my little box of goodies that I got from Roz at Lace and Linens. I think that's the name of the Etsy shop. It's in here. I'll just have a quick check. It's Lace and Linen Designs is the actual name, and this is all my little pieces. So I thought I might see if there's anything would work as a topper on this. Would that work? It's quite pretty, isn't it? I think that might work. I think that's what I'll use. Okay. Let's see if I can get the old Fabri-Tac to work for me today. Got a bit stuck. Okay. I need to screw that on a bit tighter. Maybe that's been half my problem. It's not been on properly. Oh, it's coming out. Ooh. Just a quick wipe. And then we'll put a bit of this on. There we are. Lovely. That is really sweet. That's pretty. I like that little dinky doily. There we are. One down. Excellent. And I'll put that over here. Okay, how are we doing for time? Right, okay, about 20 minutes left. Right, let's see. Next one. Oh, got all my labels all over the place now. Let's put that there. Okay, let's do one of these little ones, shall we? I don't think in 20 minutes I'm going to get all of them decorated, but we will see how we do. I can never understand. People seem to be very relaxed when they do these sort of things, and they take their time, and and then they get loads and loads done, and I just go, I'm just not that fast. What else we got here? I've got another little bird here, which would actually fit quite nicely on there, wouldn't it? And maybe I can put a little something across here, a little bit of edging maybe. That is the right way around, isn't it? Yes. So I'll put that there. Okay, okay, I'll put that there and then see what I can put on top. I think I'm going to do one with, I've got some napkins here as well. I thought napkins would be quite nice to use. And if I can use a napkin that's pretty enough, I might be able to use it in my wedding journal. Ugh. Ooh, I've got a big glob of glue. Getting these on straight is not my forte. But I think we're close enough. I might have to just trim it a bit, but that won't matter. Okay, a little bit more glue needed there. Right. Card. Okay, it's a little bird. Let's have a look at what I could perhaps just put across the edge here. I need something here. What about something small? That's really pretty, but it's too big. A biggish piece. What about those little piece of... Actually, that would look better at the bottom. Not quite. Oh, look at this. It's got a little bit of a dirty mark. Maybe I'll be able to trim that off. No, that's not quite right either. In that situation. So this is what happens. You end up spending half an hour just choosing a bit of lace. The other thing of the option, excuse my arm, I've got my this little trim, which might just be just enough to give that little bit of an edge here. Yeah, I think I might do that. Just feel it needs a finish. Don't like this dead line here. Finishes it off a little bit. Okay. Scissors. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I don't think it looks a bit too... No, I think I need a little something down there, but I don't think another piece of lace is quite it. Oh, what about that? It's quite sweet in there, isn't it? It just fills that little hole. Yep, it's going in. Do a little lacy flower. Okay, get my blue book again. Well, a few dabs of the old Fabric should do it. It's very dainty, and it just goes in that little corner. There we are, like that. And I need a topper. I've just got this one strip of lacy trim, lacy little fabric trim thing, which I might just cut a piece of. Oh, I was going to sew it. Oh, it's too late now. That would have made it possibly a little bit more secure because I only just did a very little bit of glue on it. Oh well. I might be able to sew it on when I sew the tag. I think for now I'll just have to glue it and hope it holds together. And that's probably a little bit long for here, but never mind. I think it'll be okay. I can always trim it a bit afterwards. There we are, another one made. Yeah, I might not use that now because I really need to put a bit of sewing down the middle to hold it all in place. I just just did it with a bit of glue stick, so that was, I forgot to finish it. Never mind. Okay, another tag. Let's do a music one with some napkin. And I've got a couple now. Not doing too bad. Right, so I've got this really pretty piece of napkin. I've got 2 or 3 nice little bits here. Oh, 2. Thought I had another one. Oh well. I don't suppose I'll need too many. I haven't got time to do many. So, I think I might just stick that on the whole thing and then do my corners. Yeah, I like that. I think that would look pretty. And that should be nice and easy, as long as I can get it on without tearing it. That's the key. Napkins can be very tricky because they are so delicate. Alright, so I'm going to glue this piece up. Whoop. Okay. Right, thoroughly glued, I hope. And let's just try and lay this on. Carefully. Let's give it a very gentle little stroke with the card. Get rid of the lumps and bumps. Oh, I think that's going to look so pretty. Stuck to the glue book. Yeah. Oh, you know what I've forgotten to do, of course? I've forgotten to back on my tags. Oops. That was the other thing should have done first. Oh well. I'll have to do that, won't I? That'll take up a little bit more time. I forgot that bit. Just get one big piece of coffee dye paper or something and just stick them all to it, I guess. How long should I allow for that? How are we doing? Just over 10 minutes. Okay, I think I'll do one more. I'll decorate one more and then I'll better back them all, otherwise they won't be finished. And the idea is that you're meant to have things that are finished and ready to use. So, I knew it was going too well. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to do my... Oop, it keeps sticking to my hand. Right, I'm going to do my little corner. I don't want to take too much off because it's got some really pretty things on the a little postmark bit on the napkin there. Ooh. It's a bit gunky. Just got to do a little bit more trimming. Good thing I spotted that, otherwise it would have really not been in the spirit of the challenge not to get these properly backed as well. Okay, I'll leave that for now. That's that one. Yeah, I said I would do one more, didn't I? Let's do this one. I was going to have a go at putting on, should I do my corners first? Then I was going to do, I thought I might do a, have a look at my sticker book, my stickers in my ephemera book. See if I can find a sticker that would look pretty on there. Right, and I've got some butterfly stickers which I may also add to it, but I want to try some of these because I've got lots of these and I've hardly ever used them. There's that one, which is quite nice. Very red. And these yellow ones. Maybe. I think I've got some more on this page. These might not be big enough. These are smaller. Ooh, what's this one? Roses. Ooh. Looks a bit, it's got a ribbon. I wonder if that would work as for a wedding page or wedding journal. I can tell I'm in wedding journal mode at the moment, trying to think of things that would work in it, but it's very pale though. Not sure it would show up very well. Needs a slightly stronger background, I think. Okay, I think it's got to be one of these. Well, let's see what else I've got in here. So I've just got, oh, that's another rose, but it's not really long enough. I want one that takes up most of the page, really. These are all a little bit short. I'm not really a mushroom girl. I've got lots of mushrooms here. They don't do it for me, mushrooms, I'm afraid. No, they're no good. Okay, enough faffing about. I might use this on the smaller one. So it's that one, or that one. I think I'll use this one. Nice splash of colour. Next challenge, get the backing off the sticker. I can't do these normally. Oh dear. It's always when you think you feel like you're being watched, you can't get these things off. Ah, here we go. Here they go. It just peels off and then it probably all curl up. Okay, let's get this on. Torn. Just goes to show it's quite delicate. And we're down. God. Okay, let's see if I can put on I've got a few little butterflies that I cut out of Rachel's kit. It came with a few little butterflies. Maybe I can add one of those as well. Some little tiny ones. That one? No. A couple of little diddly ones here. Might look quite nice just hovering about. About one there. One there. No. I'll put this one on anyway. I'm going to run out of time, aren't I, if I don't speed up. Okay, I better get this on and then do my backing. Otherwise I will have failed the challenge. Well, I don't know if that's... I don't think there's any pressure to get to do. I'm not going to be struck off the YouTube list if I don't get it done in time. But you know, I'd like to feel I didn't fall at the first hurdle. Okay, I'm going to pop that there. Okay, now I'm just going to grab a piece of coffee dyed paper and back. Hopefully they'll all fit on it. There's a piece, that will do. Okay, get these all out of the way. And, oh, I haven't put the topper on that. I'll do that after. Do it after. I shouldn't have put the topper on the others, should I? Oh, well. You know, it's the first time I've done something like this, so I'm not going to beat myself up too much if I don't quite get it done. I'm almost afraid to look at the timer. That one there. Lost my card again. There it is. Okay, stick this one on. And this one next. This one hasn't got topper either, has it? Probably a good thing. Two and a half minutes left. Well, I'm not going to get them completely finished, unfortunately, but it won't be for the want of trying. Ah. I don't know how Rachel did hers. She did loads and loads of base tags and decorated 5 as well in her 45 minutes. Don't know how she did it. And she backed them all. And she also looked really relaxed while she was doing it. And I don't know how she does it. But I guess she's just a lot more experienced than I am. But I'm reasonably pleased with the ones I have made. 4 that might just about get finished. Or almost finished anyway. There we are. Pull that up the top there. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Might need a little extra gluing afterwards, but we will see. One. I think this is one of my favourites. I do like this. It's simple, but it's just pretty. Oh, there goes the timer. There we go. Go away. That's it. Okay, so I didn't quite make it. I didn't quite manage to do all 4 completed, but I'm nearly there. So these 2 have got backing on, a bit wrinkly. Hang on, let's just smooth it out a little bit. I will just finish them off. Before I go, just so that they're done and properly done. And didn't quite manage to get that on properly, did I? I have to put another little piece on top of there. That comes with rushing. Never mind. Never mind. It's the first time I've done anything timed like this. So I might, I might never do it again, but I will try. I will try to have another go next week to see how we get on. That's that one. And then I'll just cut these out and I'll give them their little toppers as well. And I might just carry on. I've got all those bases started now. I might go and finish them off and put them in my box of things ready to be used. There we are. One. And this one. See what I can use, see if I can use any more out of my little box for the toppers. Right, so that's that one. It's a bit more for I can use for one of the others. Get rid of these bits. Whoop. I'm just going to have to wipe my hands because I'm just sticking to everything. Right, so oh, good grief. Just bits of paper stuck to all my fingers. Ugh. Right, I'm just thinking this could, if I can find a little butterfly to go here, that would finish that off quite nicely. So I've got a few more little butterflies that I've cut out of Rachel's kit. And there's a little pink one there that might go quite nicely. Yes, yes, that goes there. Right, make sure I've got the colour the right way around. So the deeper one, yeah, that's better. Sometimes it's hard to tell which is the back and which is the front when you print on vellum, isn't it? I think that's the right way around. I hope. Okay, let's put that just there. Hang on. Have I missed a bit? Yep. Okay, now let's find a little something to put on its top and go for something a little bit bigger here. See if I've got anything in my little box of goodies. And oh, about that piece. That look. I'll cut that bottom bit off. Let's try that. Yeah, that'll look alright. That can go there. Oh, it does cover up a bit of the printing stuff on the napkin, but such is how it works sometimes. You have to end up covering stuff up, otherwise you can't get things finished properly. That finishing touch. Okay. Still shows a little bit. Okay. It's a little crown. Right, so that could be that one. And then this one, I think it does need a little, what can I put on the top of you? I have to go investigate my other box. Yep, I think that might be the one. I might even fold it over actually. Yeah, I quite like that look. Yep, I'll do that. I'll just fold that over. Okay, put that there. And stick it down the other side. And that will be it, I think, for these. Okay, and that's the little topper done. Just feel it needs a little something down here. Maybe I'll put another little label. Ooh. Another one of my little Tracy label. Maybe. What have I got? Too big. I think that will do. I'll put that in there and we'll call that one done. Completely lost track of time, so I hope this video isn't ended up being horribly long. It's obviously more than 45 minutes. Printed this on label paper, but it can be tricky to get to get the backing off. Like with all these labels. Got there in the end. Just pop that down there. And call that done. There we are. Well, not a major achievement, but I did get 4 done sort of in the time. I will hopefully do a bit better next time in the challenge and actually get it finished. So thank you for joining me. Do have a go at this yourself. Why not? It's quite fun. Woo. It's fun to make these tags, and then you've got them in your stash ready for whatever journals you're making. So thank you, Rachel, for the inspiration, and I will try and do it again next week. Who knows? Bye.